Time for some technical support. So CNBC is out with a screener of the most expensive stocks today that analysts also don't seem to love. So here's the criteria. Largest valuation premium in the S&P 500. Less than half of the analysts covering it say it's a buy, which is hard to find. And it's at or above consensus price target for the next 12 months. So we'll see if Jessica is as bearish on these. Here to chart them is Jessica Inskip. She is Director of Product with Options Play. Welcome. First one, perhaps not surprisingly, but I've heard some more excitement for this one lately. IBM, what do you see here?
Yeah, IBM I think is very interesting. So we're at that pivotal moment, and I'm actually bullish. This is the one from the list that I would personally buy. So my key level is 135. So it's right about here. And what's important about 135, you can see this is a consistent area of basically supply, meaning when it comes up here, and here, and here, and here, we weren't unable to overcome that.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we have those areas of supply become an area of demand. And we shifted over to buying, which is a good sign. That's number one. The first before that happened, though, we're looking at the 200 weekly moving average. I want to see a stock move above that. Once that triggers my bullish trend in my longer term view, then I want to see consistent higher lows. I want to see consistent higher highs. The danger of this right now for my traders, this is at the higher end of that higher high. So I would expect a retracement perhaps down just a short term, like we have bear market rallies. They also happen in the declines. That could happen. So my support again is that 135 line. I want to make sure that that's not breached because that is my third period of a bull case.
Interesting. So basically, as much as you look at this and say that's now turning into support, if we can't hold it, and how long do you wait to find out? A day, a week, a month?
That's such a wonderful question, Kelly. This is a weekly chart. So I'm looking for weekly closes.
Okay.
If it goes below it, that's okay. I accept that. There's price action. However, it's a weekly close below that. That is a sign of weakness. And then that would be areas of concern. However, this is more than 1 point that points to bullish sentiment within IBM. So therefore, I'd absolutely be a buyer here.
Fascinating. Okay, with that kind of a tease of what we might think about the next two, let's move on to Intel. That's the next one that pops up based on these criteria. And when we show this chart, what do you see here?
Yeah, so Intel, I think, is very interesting. We're at actually a pivotal moment. So when we talked about those areas of supply and demand, that's all the market is, especially from a technical perspective, but you can even bring that fundamental. The 40 line is what I'm really paying attention to. This was an area of demand. Here, that was supported, the stock went back higher. However, as soon as we breached it, notice how we falled and fell drastically. Now, we're getting those series of higher lows, getting some higher highs, but we've reached that critical moment of 40. If we do not overcome that, I expect we'll have some consolidation, and it's the psychological aspect of trading and the market that comes into play. This is a 5-year view. If you purchased INTC at $40 a share, there are so many shares that are existing, you might be break even and you say, you know what, I want to get out of this.
Exactly. So would you take just 1 week that we trade above 40 as a good sign, like the weekly close, I mean?
Yeah, so this is a weekly chart. 1 week is a good sign. I want to see additional confirmation, though.
Okay.
There is trend strength with a standard deviation. You think about the math of that. It's on the higher end of where prices are closing, and that's great. However, you want consistent weekly closes.
Got it. So bearish until or unless we see that breakout. All right.
Correct. Yeah.
Then progressive. Okay, Flo, don't get mad at us over here. Look, I don't know. This to me looks like a rising trend. I don't know the technical jargon, but what concerns you here?
So with this one, I am a bear for progressive, and we're looking at the 26 weekly moving averages. And the weekly averages that I look at as a technician from that weekly view actually are quarterly. The market looks at prices from a quarterly perspective. We think about earnings and the way that data comes out. 26 represents 2 weeks. We breached below that. That's the indication of just weakness of a trend. And in the Dow theory tells us that there's periods of consolidation with a trend reversal, and that's what I see right here. So I want to make sure that, again, there is a target here. I want a higher high. We're not beginning to do higher highs. We're looking for a breach of this lower low. So it's this area of consolidation that I'm concerned with.
Out here.
That's correct, yes. And the trend strength is weakening with all of the other indicators, and that's what's really concerning. Not only do we look at the areas of supply and demand to define our resistance and our price targets, what I'm really concerned with in addition to that is trend strength, and that's weakening. It's not strong enough to overcome those levels.
All right, sorry, Flo, and all the other, what are their names again? They were like members of the family. family during the pandemic. Jessica, thank you so much. We appreciate it today. Jessica Inskeep with our technical support time.
Thank you. I actually understood that, Jessica. That was really good.
Same.
That was really good.